And Jane is behind the camera. And welcome to Live at 5 at PEThood. So we're going to be your virtual tour guides for this afternoon. And I'm going to take you around our clinic. This is an experience you don't get very often. I'm going to show you a couple special guests. There's an announcement at the end that you want to stay tuned for and hear about. We talked to you a little bit about some of our programs and some human and some canine and some feline guests are going to pop up. So just stick around. Where I'm standing right now is our surgical prep area. And so you guys don't get to see this. But what this is this is a large bank of cages that is typically filled with cats. So on a surgery day, pretty much all of these are going to be filled with kitties that are preparing for surgery. Down here below us is our mat. So can you be able to see that in the video? Okay, so this is our mat. We have warmers underneath it. We typically have a person down here that is monitoring the animals post-surgery while they're waking up.
It's the beach.
Yeah.
That's what we call it, I think. Anyway.
And so behind us, I'll walk back over here. This is our drug desk, which sounds very fancy, but this is where we make sure that everybody goes home with the proper medications for pain medications or dewormers and things of that nature. And this is our prep station. So we have technicians that are here that are getting the animals prepared and ready for their surgery. So it's very much a well-oiled machine, and we have a lot of wonderful employees that are here on a normal day. Now with COVID-19, the past almost 5 weeks, we haven't been operating like normal. This place has been pretty desolate. It's been empty. And so the normal 50 to 75 patients that we would see in this room on one day, 50 to 75 patients in one day, we haven't been seeing. So there are a lot of pets out there that are not fixed. We're hoping we can dip our toes back in the water. We're getting back into it. We're trying to address those concerns, and over the next week or two, we're trying to help. But we're in the same boat as a lot of other places, and we're just sad that we haven't been able to help as much as we could. So I just wanted to show you kind of what our prep room looks like, and then I want to bring you back over here to our surgery room. So this is not something you guys get to see either, and so it's a cool setup. This is surgery. So typically we have 2 veterinarians, one here and one back over here, and the technicians are bringing in or taxiing in animals, and they're doing the surgery on these tables, and then they're recovering and they're bringing in another. And that's how we are able to get a lot done in one day, do it efficiently, do it effectively, monitor everybody for their health. This right here, this setup, correct me if I'm wrong, Jane, but I think this is like a $40,000 worth of equipment, like in this area. It's about $20,000 per station.
Probably. That's about right.
Yeah. So, so it takes a lot of funding, donations from wonderful people like you, grants, to get these things rolling and to be able to offer these services to the community. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Jane will read them out to me. And so next thing I want to do is, got my notes here. I wanted to tell you that we want to add a 3rd surgery station in the next year. That's kind of our goal. As I said, it's about $20,000 per station, but that's a goal of ours because we do about 50 to 75 pets in a day, and we'd love to double that. We know the need is out there. We know there's a lot of counties that really want our help through our Go Fix Georgia program, and they want us to go out there and help them spay neuter, and we need the capacity to do that. So we'll walk back in here for 1 second. Our special guest, one of our special guests is in the other room, so we're going to go in there in just a second. But I just want to show you this empty wall. So this empty wall, this is one of our goals.
Almost empty wall.
Almost empty wall. One of our goals is to add a bank of cages here. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. But we have so many pregnant community cats, feral cats, owned cats. We do dogs as well, but cats are much more heavily populated and they keep reproducing at very high rates outside. And so we want to be able to serve more cats. And if we had another bank of cages here, we could do that. We could help more cats. So I just want you to keep remembering this wall. All right, so our first special guest. Okay, we're coming in. We're coming live. All right, so recently we had a bottle puppy, if you followed us on Facebook. This is Carl. Do you guys remember Carl? if you remember Carl, please like send some hearts and some likes. And so we got him when he was, how old was he? He was like, he was basically born with us. Yeah. And he's now how old?
8 weeks.
8 weeks old.
Look
and
at
guess
him.
what? Carl got neutered yesterday.
That's why he has the cone of shame.
Carl's going home.
Yay!
Carl is getting adopted by Sarah and Brian. Sarah actually built our website, so please check out our website if you love it. Her information is at the bottom. She donated all of her services, and she's adopting a puppy from us. So we're super excited that Carl is going home. Yes, I know. There's lots of treats in there. You're welcome to take whatever toys you want out of there, Betty. Oh,
It's okay.
There you
do you want to zoom
go.
in on him at all and his adorableness?
Look at
If anybody has any
that.
questions. So our rescue
Zoom
program.
too much. Sorry.
Okay.
It's so hard to get a picture.
Your new mama.
He's a happy, wiggly baby
Yeah.
for sure.
So our rescue program during all of this COVID stuff that we've been dealing with has been rocking and rolling. Like that program has been, actually they've done more than double what they typically do during this time of the year.
In adoptions.
In adoptions and rescues. So this month they have rescued over 100 animals just in April.
We've taken in 12 in the last 2 days.
Yeah. 19
Lots
in
of
one
hearts
day
going on
last
that one.
week. I know we did 19.
Yes, 19 in a weekend for sure, and it's just been a little insane.
Yeah, so we've had a lot of new fosters, which is awesome. We've had so many people that want to adopt, which is amazing. It's actually hard to keep up, which is a good thing to have. We want that for the adoptions and the rescues. But the problem is, so we're a spay neuter clinic, and we spay and neuter a lot of feral cats and community cats. With us being closed during kitten season for the past 4 to 5 weeks, a lot of the cats that weren't supposed to get pregnant got pregnant, and they're going to have babies. So there's going to be a kitten explosion times exponentially. We can't even figure out what that kitten explosion is going to look like right now, but we're getting calls after calls and emails after emails about orphaned babies and moms with babies, and we can't help them all. We want to, but we can't help all of them. So I'll use this moment as like a little PSA, and we can just talk about the fact that if you see orphaned kittens, if they're in grave danger, obviously get them out of the grave danger. If they're in the middle of a road or something like that, get them out of the road. But if they're in a somewhat safe environment, a backyard, a sidewalk, things of that nature, make sure, put them in a box, see if mom comes back for them. She's probably moving them. She's probably in the midst of finding a safer location. And you taking them away from her is not going to do anybody any good.
Just leave them where they are. She's
Yeah.
afraid of you, and hopefully she will come back and get them. So sometimes we think we're rescuing, and we're actually kidnapping. So
Right. Well, that's so cute. Look at that over there. You wanna come over and
yeah.
walk over a little bit cuter. But it's really important to know that. And then if you do rescue them and you feel the need that they aren't safe, we're happy to answer emails and calls. We can help when we can. But you know, you may have to buy KMR or kitten milk replacer. You may have to buy a bottle and bottle feed every couple of hours. There just aren't the resources that there normally are out there because Gwinnett County Animal Welfare isn't open to help right now, only for serious emergencies, and they don't consider that a serious emergency. And so just keep that in mind. If you find kittens, we're going to do our best to help when we can.
But we might need your help too. You know, if we offer you the tools to take care of them, if you can, you know, if it is a situation where the mother is not coming back, or it's a, you know, you have to, you know, they're abandoned or the mother got hit by a car, we can help you with some of the supplies. It's just that we are totally full when it comes to using our bottle feeders.
One more
Look
goodbye.
at that face.
Say thank you all for
and your
rescuing
little
me.
cone of shame, buddy.
Natalie, his foster mom's behind the scenes. I don't know if she wants to be on camera.
You're
but
on camera.
she
Sorry,
helped-
Natalie.
She
She's
helped-
done a wonderful job.
She helped raise this baby.
And you guys have the hard work now, right?
No, she had the hard work.
You've got the rest of his life, right?
And Carl's gonna have 4 kids to play with. So
Oh, wonderful.
and 4 cats to play with. So
Well, he's adorable.
So we're gonna go walk. Go to Jeannie. Hi, Jeannie. Hi.
Hi,
We're gonna go over,
Judy. She
Jeannie's
loves
area.
this camera.
Okay.
And we're gonna just talk about
Bye,
the
Carl.
community cat program and how it's been affected by COVID, what we've been doing, and our working cat program. And just kind of tell you a little bit briefly about all that good stuff.
Hi, Nora.
I don't have to be on the camera.
Hi. Now, so this is our barn cat room that we use for when we are doing TNR, trap, neuter, return. Cats will recover from surgery in here, or cats that are coming into our working cat program, which is cats that are in facilities where they could potentially lose their lives. She's very sweet. She's going to be in the regular adoption program, or cats that are trapped and they are in. Cats that are in a program or in a situation where they're in danger living outside, they end up in the working cat program. This room is normally full all of the time. The 3 cats that you just saw are very friendly and are all actually going in the regular adoption program.
Yay.
The only working cat I have in here right now is Nora. And she's not going to come out for you.
Oh.
You see her
You
eyes
can see
through
Nora's
the
great.
holes. So she's going to be a
I
working
do
cat, but
see
I'm
them.
waiting for a partner for her because we usually send them out in pairs. So COVID has affected this because we have not been able to trap cats and do the TNR, and we have not gotten any cats from county facilities because the county facilities aren't open and they don't have any cats. So the working cat program, I have people waiting for cats, and the TNR program, I'm getting 10, 15 phone calls a day with people saying, I have a mommy cat that had kittens. And if it's a community cat, an unsocialized cat, unfortunately, you're going to have to just leave it be and leave the kittens out there with the mama and let mommy do her job, because there's nowhere for them to go, unfortunately, this time. We will happily come out and trap everybody as soon as we can, but we're not there yet. So we are going to have an onslaught of mummies and kittens, and we will get to them as soon as we can. So please be patient. If you see a mommy cat outside and she's not one of those cats that jumps up in your lap and wants to be petted, that's a community cat. If she stays away from you, so the best thing to do if she has kittens is just feed her. Give her food. She needs lots of food to take care of the kittens. If you feel like the kittens are exposed, she's going to move them. She will put them somewhere safe. You have to be patient. And this can sometimes take a number of hours, especially with newborns. If she just had kittens, and then she's probably very tired and very hungry. So mommy may be gone for a few hours, going to get something to eat, and then she'll come back. But she will put them in a safe place. And when you start to see kittens come around, that's usually between the 5 and 6 week range, which means they're just starting to go into the weaning process. So we still need a couple more weeks with the mommy. So right now, if you see a community cat, like I said, leave the babies. Unless you are absolutely 100% sure that the mommy is no longer alive, please leave them, because we gotta let nature take its course. There's just nowhere for them to go. That's all I got for
All right,
you.
so I'm going to go find Fabio. I'm going to go talk about Fabio. Where is Fabio?
He
Was in my office. I don't know.
So Fabio is a cat that was intended, I believe, for the working cat program. Yep. So it's a good little cycle of how things work around here.
Here he is.
So you want to pick him up and show us who he is?
Yep.
So Fabio, we rescued from a rural county. I think he was from Newton County.
God.
We were told he was really mean and hissy and spitty, and he was going to go into our working cat program. Well, we got him, and we quickly realized he's pretty much blind. Like, not fully, but he really can't see. So he was really scared at the shelter. Mm-hmm. And so that's why he was hissing and spitting, is because he was scared. So then he transitioned over to our adoption program. And that's how all of our programs really go into this full circle kind of mode. So then we put him up for adoption. And so far, we haven't found the right home. He's absolutely precious. He lets you hold him. He's a cuddle buddy. He's sweet. He gets his bearings pretty good, but he lives right now at the clinic. We want him to get an adoptive home.
Now he's getting mad at me. Sorry. Let me put him down.
Because this is just a loud environment. There's a lot going on here. We have dogs barking typically. There's people moving around a lot. He's okay, but he would do better in an adoptive home.
Yes, he would.
We have cats that live here, like Mr. Templeton. He lives here. He's one of our buddies. He has an autoimmune disorder, and so he just does better here with our team. He's been adopted out a few times, and it doesn't do well. And so he likes it here. He decided he was going to stay here forever. And then Lacey's back over here. She has a peeing issue. That's why she's in the cage.
Well, we don't have to tell her secrets, right?
Well, in case anyone's wondering why she's in the cage.
Just at night she's in the cage.
Night
She's
gets
out
put
during
up.
the day.
Yeah. And so, yes, we have a couple of cats
and who
that
is
live
this?
here.
Tiger.
And you want to tell Tiger's
Tiger?
story? Actually, I don't think we've ever shared Tiger's story.
We haven't. Tiger came in as a feral cat. You're okay. And while he was in surgery, his heart stopped. And after his heart stopped, he lost his vision, and I had to syringe feed him. We had to give him fluids. He couldn't walk. So we did
You did like physical
taken
therapy
about
for
4
him.
months. We did physical therapy with him every day. We did Jane Fonda. I did massage. We gave him fluids. I syringe fed him. He can see and he can hear and he can walk and he can eat and he can do all those things now. But we don't think that according to the vet, her opinion is maybe his eyes are not getting the message to his brain because he still doesn't use his litter box all the time. But he can walk now, and he's a pretty happy cat. He's not real happy with me right now, but he's a pretty happy cat. And but
is he available if somebody wanted to adopt him?
He would be, but you'd have
Special.
to be very
Real
very
special.
patient with because he may never use a litter box again, and
Gotcha.
he kind of just goes where he is.
So these are the special cats that live here. And I'm going to go and we're going to show you one more really special cat. That's a good segue. And we're going to go over to our adoption side. So it's kind of all the way. Tanya, I'll be with We're going to go all the way back. So here's our prep room again. Here's the pharmacy. It's so interesting. Our pharmacy and all of our beautiful equipment that do all the blood analysis and auto, centrifuge and all the cool stuff.
Special food.
Yeah. So we're going to come peek in here for a second. And a lot of you followed Griffin's story. And Griffin's here today. So we're going to come say hi. And a lot of these cats come from Newton County. You'll see a theme because we work with Newton County really regularly. We work with Gwinnett County a lot too. But Gwinnett County has a wonderful veterinary program. Newton County doesn't have a veterinary program. So a lot of times they call us when they have emergency cases.
So what happened with?
Do you want to tell them about his kind of story? Because it's very sordid.
Yeah, so Griffin came into the office.
It was a couple months ago.
It was quite a few months ago, actually. And he was found down in Newton County, and he had like bandages and everything wrapped around. They weren't really sure exactly what it was when they first brought him in. But then when we got him up here, we took it all off. It was just bandages, old bandages. It looks like maybe he had had some kind of trauma at some point that was trying to be treated. And then maybe he escaped from his owner. So he was treated, and then he had a couple of real bad scares for a while there medically. A couple of different things went on with him with allergies to some medications, and
he was in urgent care. He was like touch and go.
Yeah.
We didn't know if he was going to make it. And our wonderful Facebook supporters raised, I want to say, like $2,000 to help pay for his emergency bills.
Mm-hmm.
And Jessica is our office manager, but also his foster mama. And he's staying with you right now. Isn't that the decision? He's a permanent foster now.
He is. So because of all of his medical issues and stuff, it actually has come out that maybe he's not going to get fully better. So we're kind of quote unquote calling him a hospice at this point. Where he's my foster hospice case. So I plan to keep him until he is no longer, but hopefully maybe we can get him medically cleared and so he can be up for adoption.
Why is he here today? He's having some allergy issues.
So
right?
yeah, he's got severe allergy issues, and I've had to put the cone back on because he started scratching at his face again. And so you can see he still looks like he's almost being treated still from the same thing that he had previously. But it's actually not. This is from him scratching at himself. And he says, "What is that?"
Do you play?
Well, Bridget says hi, guys, and hi, Griffin.
Hi. We love Griffin.
Robin says, "Go, Lauren. Thank you for all you do." Elizabeth's watching.
Hi. Oh, he's so cute. All right. So this is our rescue operations. So this room, you can just pan it really quick if you want. There's a lot going on.
It gets very busy in here for sure.
Yeah, so it's a very small room, to be honest. But this is where all the rescue happens. This is where the foster homes get all their information. This is where the vet tech works with all the rescue animals. She does all of her vetting, and the doctor comes in here and checks everybody out. And so this little room serves as a safe haven, really, for over 100 cats and animals this month, and over 1,000 every year that just circle through this room alone. So,
And Andrea keeps it going and organizes, and it's amazing.
And here's your
along with everyone else, it is
let me see if
amazing.
these are open. So when you guys send
For
donations
supplies.
in and supplies, this is where we restock. So when we're asking for KMR, we're saying, hey, we need this, it's because these are probably empty. So That's a cool thing to show you guys. And then I think we're gonna go to the kennels, and then I think we'll be pretty much done with the place. If you have any questions, feel free, ask them.
Patty says Griffin looks great.
Oh, hi Patty. I know we miss a lot of our people. This is kind of a cool room. So these are autoclaves. For those of you who don't know what autoclaves are, these were donated by the Banfield Foundation recently, and they help sterilize the equipment. You know, that's what they are. They sterilize. So we pack up surgery equipment every day into little packs, surgery packs, and then each animal gets their own individual pack that is sterilized for their surgery. And so they're doing this all day, every day.
Yeah, just remember, low cost does not mean unsafe or
We don't cut
compromised
anything,
in any way.
no corners are
I
cut,
can
yeah.
definitely
So
say
this is where
that.
we
So the
store a lot of our
refrigerator.
vaccinations. And so we're going to go into the kennel. There's a ton. So this, if you follow our Go Fix Georgia program, which has its own Facebook page, if you want to follow. This
And
is
there's
our
the Go Fix Georgia queen.
coordinator. So I've never introduced myself to you guys. I'm Tanya. I am the Go Fix Georgia coordinator. What the program is we help areas that don't have access to spay and neuter. There are a lot of rural shelters that do not have what Gwinnett has or Atlanta has. You know, we go to our local shelter and it's got AC, it's beautiful, it's painted, it's indoors, and you have meet and greet areas, and then you go to some of these rural shelters where they don't even have AC and it's a concrete box. And so previously Newton County was our first county that jumped on the program, got a $50,000 grant from Best Friends.
Shout out to Best Friends.
Yes, and Lauren, she was instrumental in getting that started, the funding, because things don't happen without money. So I got that $50,000 donated, and so we started going down there. They weren't able to adopt out anything that looked like a pit breed. They weren't able to adopt out much of anything because very few things come to the shelter fixed. A huge part of the problem is these rural shelters, things show up, they're not fixed, and they can't adopt them out. And there's not access to the low-cost spay and neuter down there for them to remedy that themselves. So what we do is we take the van, got a great team of volunteers. We've got lots of drivers, Melissa, Kathy, Nancy. They take the van, they head down to Newton, they load up anywhere from 20 to 25 animals and bring them on back. We spay neuter them on Thursdays, return them back on Fridays either to their pre-adoptions or so they can go up for adoption. We did about 8 months in that time. We either spay and neutered and or transferred to other rescues 809 pets.
Woo-hoo.
So hugely successful.
Yes, it has been. And we're really sad because that's one program that we've had to literally halt. That program is halted. Like some of the other programs we've been able to dabble in. Hi, Ro.
There's a rose sighting.
So we can walk back here and we'll just show you the empty kennels. And so that's what's really sad for us right now because our Go Fix Georgia program typically goes down on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
They stay overnight with us Wednesdays. Thursdays they have surgery, they stay overnight, and they go back to the shelter on Friday. And so for the past 5 weeks, we have not operated that program because Newton County is closed. A lot of counties are closed. Most counties are closed. And so there's this lack of care that's kind of happening. We wish it wasn't, but it is. And these kennels are sitting empty. Normally this place is booming. It's loud.
Yeah.
You can't hear yourself talk. And so it's very deafeningly quiet, I think, right now for us. And so we're hoping that we can...
We're starting to get our toes back in the water. Yeah.
We're hoping they're gonna...
slowly starting to do some surgeries, certainly not on a level that we're used to,
No.
but so yeah, we're
And
trying.
Newton County was the first county. We are doing them every single week when we are at operations. We had other counties that were ready to sign on the dotted line. So there are definitely other counties that are ready to jump on. We also were working with Habersham and Toccoa Stevens to do their overflow at that time.
Yeah.
So this is a program that's only 8 months in the making, but we've already worked with 4 shelters. So Newton County may be the only one that we have a signed contract we're doing every single week, but we've been regularly working with 3 other shelters, and I've been fielding calls and interest levels from other shelters. The need is there. With this program, I do have, when it's up and running at full speed, I use 5 to 6 volunteers every week. We always have special cases. It comes in, we think it's a simple umbilical hernia, and it turned out to be an abdominal...
Griffin?
Oh no, that puppy.
puppy, the pit puppy.
Like a testicular hernia.
Yeah, like a scrotal hernia.
Scrotal hernia.
Yeah, and so, or the one that came in and had masses that we had to get removed. So there's always special cases we need help
and
with.
a lot of those we can't share, you know, and that's one thing I think, just to drive that point home, is that a lot of these things, I wanted to take you back behind the scenes to kind of unveil the curtain a little bit and just show you that there's a lot of cases y'all don't know about. Like, we can't share them all for maybe a legal reason, maybe it's too graphic and we want to protect you, but, you know,
court cases that are ongoing.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things we can't share, but we're doing our best and we appreciate your support so much. And so we're just going to go right back to that prep room, and I'm going to make my big announcement that I wanted to share with you guys tonight. And then that's it. If there's any questions, feel free to chime them in. I haven't heard any. I've heard a lot of highs, but not a lot of questions. So just come on back with me. We'll circle back to that prep room. So remember, we started over here. This is normally filled with kitty cats. We want this to be filled with kitty cats too when we reopen and we're at full capacity. We got an amazing gift from someone that remains to be anonymous. They want to be anonymous, for $5,000. They are going to gift us $5,000 if we can raise $5,000. So you've probably heard about these before, matching gifts. But we really want to use this money for a good purpose. And so the purpose is going to be, it's a very specific purpose. We're going to buy a bank of cages for this area. They're rather expensive, actually. They're a few $1,000s because the stainless steel, they're veterinary quality, they have to be shipped. There's just a lot of things that go into them, and they're just expensive. There's not much we can do about that. We need them. And then the money, the additional money, so about $5,000 of that would be allocated for this purpose specifically. But the other $5,000 we want to use for the community, for cats in the community specifically. And that money will go to help people that cannot afford to get a cat fixed. And that's going to go into a fund, and we're going to be able to give that out to people that are reaching out for help. So that money will be put to very specific use. A lot of times we're asking for money for our rescue program or just for lots of things and just to help in general. But this is a very specific ask. And so we're asking you if you can make any gift. $35 is a really great gift because that actually covers the spay and neuter of one feral animal, one community cat. So that covers one surgery. So if you can make a $35 gift to us, we would be very grateful. Our animals and the community would be very grateful. If you can't do that, $15 covers a BSR, buprenorphine injection. It's a pain injection for a female kitty. So $15 would cover a pain injection. $5 would cover a rabies shot. So anything you can do.
Anything you can do is appreciated.
Greatly.
And Groot says hello. I want to go ahead and stop you right here to everyone.
Groot says hello?
Groot, to everyone at the clinic, and thank you for making me all better. Groot was one of our kitties that had.
Yeah, he came from Gwinnett County Animal Control. So we work really closely with a lot of the counties. So we want to help as much as we can. So this would allow us, so when we're back, when we're full, we will be back, and we will be full very soon. All of that need that's out there that's just kind of stagnant, it's going to explode, and we need help to help the community out. There's a lot of people that still aren't going to be going back to work, and maybe they have a cat that's going to be pregnant soon and they need help with it. So we want to help those people. We're getting a lot of outreach calls for help, and we want to be able to help them. So that money will be put to use. So you can go to our website. Right now it's called the COVID Emergency Fund, and you go on there and you just go to pethoodga.org/give. You can go to our PayPal account, which is you can go on our website and do that, or info@pethoodga. And last thing is, even if you can't make a large gift, we were talking about $5 covers a rabies vaccine, a monthly gift actually would help us too. So there's something called our Lifesaver Club, and we would love for you to be a member of that. So the Lifesaver Club, you actually get a special email every month that only those people get with a story about an animal that you've helped that month. I send those out. I take a lot of pride in sending those out and showing you guys the animals that you're helping. And it can be $5 a month. It just helps us know what to rely on. And so right now, while we've been going through this, it's been really helpful to say, okay, we know this much money is coming in from our lifesavers. We know that can be put towards rent. We know that can be put towards utilities. So if you all gave us $5 on a monthly basis, think about how much more we might be able to accomplish. Doesn't have to be a large gift, but just a monthly sustainable gift would be fantastic. So I hope you enjoyed our virtual tour. And that's pretty much it, unless there's any other questions. So we're going to announce this more of the next, I guess I'm supposed to say the deadline. The deadline is next Tuesday. Next Tuesday is Giving Tuesday nationally. And so they've kind of made this special Giving Tuesday because of COVID. Normally it's around the holidays, but they've made this new movement where they're encouraging people to give what they can next Tuesday. So we're going to wrap this up next Tuesday at midnight, and we're hoping we can reach our $5,000 goal by then. Check our website, check our social media, see where we're at, and just do, keep doing what you're doing.
Share. Yes, thank you.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Bye.
You just hit the end.